So last week I was talking about this Gordon Bombay character choice. Assuming you've seen the first episode, you know Bombay got a reset treatment, kind of like the screenwriters wanted to give him a similar character progression to the one he got in the original film. It reminded me a bit of that one Star Wars character, you know the one. Nope, not that one. Solo was reset. Luke got completely traumatized and changed for the worst, but Bombay, to get back on topic, is so reset in such a lazy way. Or will it change? Maybe. Then the show would have to redeem him in some meaningful way. Well, let's dive in episode 2. Hi fellow Disney Plus watchers, this is Thoughts After Disney Plus Watch, where we review everything new Disney Plus coming out, and I'm glad you're watching. Well, after seeing this episode I can say, yeah, there is a well thought out plan for why Gordon has to act this way. It's a script thing. This doesn't mean that seeing the character this way isn't any less jarring, because he isn't just grown out of hockey a little. No, he's completely sadistic and cocky about it. I do have to say that the episode started to lay some groundwork to make up for it a bit, but in my opinion it's got a long way to go. Sadly, it's still pretty much the only thing about this show that I actively dislike. And this sadistic worldview that Gordon Bombay now embodies, which is very deliberately put in this show, is even more annoying than in the first episode. By the way, if you happen to be interested in commentary on the series premiere, you can find it listed on the right in the description or on my channel page. And before we move on, did you know I'm currently the only review channel on YouTube that is specifically Disney Plus? You'll always know what to expect. Click that button and that bell if you want to follow along. Thank you so much. Just like last week, this episode was delightful. The humor is just right for this show. It's never bizarrely absurd that you're rolling on the floor of laughter, but the show is constantly smart with its characters. What stood out to me, especially in the opening scene, is how well the show knows its characters in terms of which character says what line in what situation, where are they coming from, you know? They're not beautifully crafted three-dimensional characters, no, not at all, but they're just nicely stereotyped characters with funny traits. They're just cool kids, and the script is clever in when to use who, and when to use these traits. The show now officially has an intro. Last week we only saw a title appear, but now we got something a little more resembling an intro. Although it's very short, nice to have something recurring from now on. And from here I have to give a spoiler warning. Not everything is easy to discuss without giving stuff away. So spoilers. Here we go. Are you still here? Let's go. So the back and forth between Evan and Gordon, and Alex and Gordon, you know, the dynamic some friends have with each other, where one is completely neutral and has to listen to both of his or her friends bickering about the other. Good stuff, even though you know how I feel about Gordon in this show so far, but his role in this dynamic was pretty funny. The circle get to know each other at the beginning of the episode was very funny. Not getting on the ice, but rather breaking the ice, you know. And it was a chance for the viewers to get a little peek behind the curtain of these kids' mostly very basic traits. But stuff like the kid that's so proud of his hair, he does mention that his parents are getting divorced because of cheating. So some depth shined through there, and I like them to build on that, actually. I like them to explore in the next 8 episodes these other characters more than you would have in a Mighty Ducks movie. I mean, we got those 8 episodes to go, so there's a lot of room to do that. And that lady at the desk, was she the breakout star of this episode? If you ask me, she was. Her completely transforming with that hair kid. Are we calling him hair kid now? I can work with that. Complimented her on her looks. That woman must have been... She must have been not getting all that much love. Not the love she deserved anyway. Wouldn't it be fun if this character returned somewhere, somehow? Last scene I want to talk about... No, I'm not contradicting myself here. Hear me out. Gordon skating on the ice. Alex watching him and realizing they desperately need him. But the way the scene was filmed in combination with the lighting, it transported me back into the vibe of the original movies. The fact that I have seen the original movies only a few months ago for the first time doesn't even matter. It was almost nostalgic. I can't imagine how fans who saw these during childhood must feel. The ambience of Gordon skating alone on the ice, it brought back the feels, you know? You know the tone. It got going. It was good. The show is going strong. It's better than I expected, but I realized this last week already. Like some people had a hard time with Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, I'm having a hard time buying the sadistic Gordon. But characters like Alex make up for it. This episode is once again filled with witty humor, and some characters from the group of kids show promise and could be fleshed out later on. Overall, a funny and good show with one weak link of a Gordon acting like a sadistic douchebag. Brr. I'm thinking about wrapping this up. Do you like Mighty Ducks Game Changer so far? I like to hear from you in the comments. Let's have a good discussion there. That's also great. Maybe you feel differently about Gordon Bombay. Next week, I'm back, of course, with the 3rd episode and, of course, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you want to leave a like, that's awesome, and I will see you next week. For now, have a wonderful day, and see ya.